Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Logcast. I'm Stephen Buena.
Joshua Grijalva.
Cornell Montgomery.
Cristian Cabrera.
Sound like Steven forgot who he was for a second.
I thought about it for a second. Maybe somewhere deep down inside, I wanted to be someone else, and then I figured, nah, I'm pretty badass.
Maybe you should.
You know, I'm just noticing your shirt right now. Is it like Link saying to go blow himself?
Okay, so yeah, but I'm always wearing like some sort of shirt and like this
Puff out your breast, Steven.
You never seen it.
It's Link blowing on an old NES cartridge.
Yeah, but like, is
Toon Link blowing on an old NES cartridge.
it like a, you know what you got to do?
Blowing yourself.
Below yourself.
This podcast is sponsored by Blowing Yourself.
Oh well, it's not really a sponsorship. I just do it for fun. But
No,
Yeah.
sponsored.
It I think you reach peak flexibility when you can do that.
or you broke a leg, or like you broke a leg or something.
Like you can't go up from that. You just go down on yourself.
No, the next step would be your asshole. Yes or no?
Okay, I don't know if I've ever heard of anyone being that flexible. Like I don't think I've ever.
Internet, tell us. Has anyone ever licked their own asshole?
Look it up.
Put a comment down below,
Look
and
it
also
up.
make sure to thumbs up the video.
Assholes. No, bros, look it up. It's a thing. It's a thing.
Also, last week we talked about the Fine Bros. That was interesting. If you guys haven't, you can check it out. It's pretty interesting.
What an ironic last name, though.
What? Fine.
And they're like fucking disgusting.
They all look dead, right? There's
Like the one guy that I always see in the thumbnails is like the bearded guy, or whatever. He looks like he's like off meth or something. React.
us reacting to
I
math.
react to math.
How my body reacts. But we had a plethora of things happen within the last week. Not between us ourselves, but with in the world,
I think while we might be a little late on it, I still think it's very important to talk about Deadpool.
Deadpool.
Oh, Deadpool.
And not only because like the movie was good, or not even in a review kind of way, but it just kind of like once that movie happened, what it meant for like other movies.
That X-Men has the chance.
Nah, that's
I don't know about that.
It's
one.
definitely gonna make more money than X-Men. It already has.
Yes.
Oh shit! If you count for inflation,
Dude,
still didn't
what,
make
it made like $150 million in that weekend, right? Something close to that.
Yeah.
Like that is bang. That's the best Fox has done like ever. Like all their properties.
Not even the Simpsons movie did that.
You know,
shit.
like when I was talking about Deadpool, when I would talk to people about it, it's like not only did it not have any strong competition, so it wasn't even like fighting with anyone to be on the top spot.
You're talking about Kung Fu Panda, dude.
Oh yeah,
No, that's a legitimate fight, man. Kung Fu Panda's a big
That's
franchise.
kind of being.
Yeah, it is. That's why it's the third.
No, I'm thinking
that's
Kung Fu
not-
Panda's a
that's
huge
not at all.
franchise.
Third installment, man. Third installment.
I didn't even know it was out. Zoolander 2 didn't do well.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
I totally forgot
Come
that
on,
even came
it's
out.
Zoolander.
That came out a week before Deadpool.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it didn't have any strong competition, and at the same time, it was so vastly different than anything else that people were interested in it. But one of the best things that came out of Deadpool was the fact that like no one had an idea of who Deadpool was, and then this character comes out and everyone's like, "Oh, that's quirky," and the marketing has been amazing. The viral marketing on that is just like Donald Draper status, man. Like it's
great.
There's a fucking genius.
And not only that, it's also Ryan Reynolds doing PSAs as Deadpool, as the actual character, and telling people, go watch the movie, but adults only, don't freaking bring your children.
Not only that, it's like all the marketing that was like the Valentine's Day marketing.
It was
where,
great.
like you clearly know when your movie's coming out, and you clearly know who like people are gonna kind of go watch it in that sort of mindset. Like, hey babe, let's go to the movie theater and let's watch a superhero movie and let's be nice and cool about it. And then you watch that and you're like, oh, that's very fucking different.
well, I mean, they even make reference to that right in the intro of the movie. So, they knew what was
At
up.
this point, your girlfriend's thinking like, that guy just got turned to mush.
So I think one of the coolest things about the movie is that everything kind of came together to make it what it is. And then shortly after, you started seeing the articles come out of like the biggest one was definitely Wolverine might be rated R. And my whole take on it is like I hope that the only reason it's rated R is because of more intense violence, which is kind of weird to say. Like I just want to see people get dismembered, but it's true. Like
it's fine.
eh.
You need that.
Well, my thing too is language and violence would be a big thing because Wolverine wasn't a nice person. So, like they've made him very PC, and kids love Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. But I want to see a gritty, like I don't want to be your friend, Wolverine. Yeah, kind of like even what happened
getting
in
torn apart.
Deadpool.
Like you have adamantium claws and you're slicing people.
And
So
nothing's
where
happening.
where
What
is
was it?
yeah
In
where
the
is
second
where's the
X-Men
limbs?
movie that they're in the kitchen, he stabs the guy in the chest, and like takes it out. I'm like, there's no blood at all in that. That's a clean cut, man. Like you just gotta have some oomph.
Where's the
and make Wolverine cool.
yeah no blood, no
Especially since the last one.
There's no
Some
dismemberment either. So like you might as well put that in there.
But that's what I'm talking about when it comes to giving it an R rating. I was like, I hope that it's only an R rating for the violence, not necessarily for the language. Like I feel like because
I want the language there.
while I would want it there, I would want it from a different Wolverine, not this one, because I would feel like it would feel so vastly different and shoehorned in only because they can now.
No,
that
but
it
didn't he
wouldn't
say
feel
fuck
natural.
in Days of Future Past?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
when they approach him and he's like, "Go fuck yourself."
yeah, like Wolverine's an asshole. Like, and I want to see Wolverine be able to like talk like an asshole, not necessarily being like not cursing for the sake of cursing.
Have that personality.
Yeah,
in
like
comics.
make it so it's like more conversational cursing, but it works. Kind of like in Deadpool, they cursed a lot, but it wasn't like, oh, you're just saying, cunt to say cunt. You're just saying this to say this. It's like it seemed natural. It had a good flow to it. Also, Ryan Reynolds was really good at doing what he does. So that's his normal conversation.
That's always, it's funny. Like I curse all the time, and it's just like it's part of like my regular vocabulary. But when it comes to movies and when it comes to dialogue, cursing has to be done in a particular way so it doesn't feel weird. One of my biggest complaints is like Rob Zombie movies where it just feels like there's just cursing everywhere for no real reason. Like I recently saw The Devil's Rejects. I watched it again, and I wasn't really looking at the movie, like I wasn't paying like attention to the scene, but I was listening to the dialogue, and if you just listen to the dialogue, it doesn't sound right because it's like so much cursing is just being put in there. Like there's so many fucks that don't have to be there, but you're trying to augment the situation and augment the character, but it doesn't.
It doesn't make them sound cooler
Yeah.
and tougher.
I don't want to defend it, but like they all look like they're from East County. Come on now.
Yeah.
Are they not from East County?
Also, it's like watching the Osbournes.
But that's how they normally talk, though.
Yeah,
It's a big
that's how they
thing.
normally talk.
But yeah, Deadpool, like it was great, and I really like that. I mean, my big thing is that I'm not really big into comedy, so the humor, as I understand, it was funny to a lot of people. For me, it was kind of predictable in the scenes what was going to be said, so it wasn't like, oh, it's like laugh out loud funny to me. It's more like chuckle humor. But there's one joke that I can't even remember that made me laugh just like straight
That's
up.
how good it was.
Yeah, that's usually how it happens. But
Orgasmed.
I liked it more
A laughgasm.
because of how the character was portrayed. It wasn't like, Deadpool and Origins. It was Deadpool. Like it felt like you're watching a comic, like being played. It was cool.
Could you actually even call that Deadpool from Origins?
No, he had a name.
But he was
Weapon 11 or something?
he was Wade. Well, he was Wade.
No,
Wilson.
I mean it was Deadpool.
Yeah.
It was Deadpool.
He was Wade
but-
Wilson, just not. He was actually supposed to be like that in the movies originally.
Yeah, they fucked that up.
Well, because that's when the studio got involved, saying like, you know what, yeah, we don't want you to do any of that stuff
See,
that even is in the comics.
That was the best part of that movie, is that they still alluded to that, like to how fucked up it was, and
Yeah.
it still kept going as in it never happened.
That was the
Because
studio's fault.
that's how it usually goes. You know what I mean? Like with Deadpool, is like there's canon, but there really isn't. You know what I mean? Like,
No, that's a cool
there's-
thing too. Because I was listening to another podcast and they were talking about how they want to see Deadpool kind of in like other movies, but how that wouldn't necessarily work out. At least that's what I was thinking. Because
It doesn't fit in those worlds.
yeah, it's like he's self-referential. So like, how does that work if he's gonna be in an X-Men movie? He's just gonna be like a crazy sounding guy. Like
Yeah.
if he breaks the fourth wall in a serious movie, it's not gonna be the same as he's doing it in his own movie where it's gonna happen, very often.
continuously.
So I don't want to see him in other movies. I want to see those characters in his movies though.
Because they're gonna fuck it up.
Yeah.
Yes, essentially they are
X-Men
gonna mess
doesn't
it
have
up.
a really good track record.
Yeah.
That's why I don't really want to watch.
No, they have a
Marvel.
track record. That's the thing. Like,
Oh.
they're really bad.
Fun fact about Deadpool: his costume's actually based off of Spider-Man's costume.
Really?
That's what you notice, like how the eyes are.
Yeah.
That's essentially it's Spider-Man and the red. as well.
Actually, that's one of my favorite things about the movie too.
the
Is just
same
to see
shade of
his
red.
expressions through his costume. Like I like how they pull that from the comics and the cartoons and stuff like
sort
that.
of, yeah.
Yeah, it was
I
really
liked it.
cool.
But it was hilarious.
Yeah, it was cool. And I really like Negasonic Teenage Warhead, right? That's her name?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, she was hot as hell.
We kept forgetting the name throughout the entire movie because they don't really say it.
I was there once.
But like they kind of just
That
say
is-
like the superpower. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is the
That's
coolest
just-
name.
I know. It's like, oh fuck.
No, all right. Oh, I'm not getting
Wikipedia
to
that.
scenes. Never mind. But yeah, like I like basically what they were doing with it, especially considering that it all happened because of a leaked footage. And,
leaked. Let's face it.
No, wait, okay. It's leaked footage, but then there's also people really liked what they saw.
Yeah.
And they were like, why don't we make this into a movie? And then Fox was like, okay, we like this. Let's do this.
You know what's funny is that it's something that you can only get done in the age of the internet. And I always go back to like the age of the internet and where we are now. It's like that could have only happened now because you leak something and that creates a buzz, and that tells executives like, people are going to pay for this. You can back it, and people are actually going to come out and check this out, even if it's an unknown character. And Deadpool was the greatest example of that because like it is an unknown character,
but it doesn't necessarily always work. Snakes on a plane.
Chinese democracy.
Ooh,
I mean, sometimes you want something and it shouldn't even be there. But like for Deadpool, at least people always wanted that movie and they wanted a redemption for what they did in the last one. But I know that I was watching an interview with Ryan Reynolds and he said that when they got the green light, they only had 11 months until the day it came out, like to make that whole movie. And then they even got their budget cut by $7 million. There's a lot of stuff in there that they wanted to put, but they couldn't do. And then characters they wanted to put in there, but they couldn't put in there. That's why they referred to them in the movie.
You know what's great is that you still see how good of a movie came out of all those restrictions. Like you had so much going against you, and still you made this great movie. And it actually shows like just how involved everyone that was part of the project was.
And you don't need too much CG, and you don't need like 1,000 sets. I mean, it was like literally like 5 or 6 sets in that movie.
Yeah, it kept
going back to the same one. Yeah,
there wasn't that much.
The thing about that, like what you're saying with like them cutting their budget, like it to a sense, yeah, it worked against them and it worked for them because of who Deadpool is as a character, where they could just be like, yeah, well, they fucked this, like, gotta keep going. Like
that's great though, but at least the studio didn't say like, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that, because they actually gave them freedom to do it the way how they're supposed to do it.
And you know what's really cool about that, and what's really cool about where superhero movies are now and where comic book movies are now, is that more and more it's starting to seem like we can do just about anything, and we can make it work if we have enough passion in it. And that's really
if you have good writing, because that comes along with it. Oh,
well, what I was gonna get at is like that's really cool now, because earlier on, like say like late 90s, early 2000s, the mentality was still like, let's just make it and see if it works. And let's face it, a lot of them, a lot of them didn't have an overwhelmingly positive.
That's reaction. Why they had to get rebooted multiple times. I mean, this is the 3rd Spider-Man iteration. This is the 2nd Fantastic Four iteration. We have like the third. Basically, it's kind of like the 3rd X-Men one because they had a restart. So
it's true.
They're trying too hard. But I know what a lot of people are saying with the whole rated R thing. Like Deadpool made rated R comic book movies possible. Like, do you remember Blade? Do you remember The Punisher? The Punisher, I really like.
By the way, Blade 2, I love. I absolutely love that movie.
Well, no, The Punisher actually was PG-13.
No,
but the other one,
the first one,
the Dolph Lundgren one, the Dolph Lundgren one, that one was rated R, and then also Warzone.
No, I'm talking about the one that came out with John Travolta.
That one was rated PG-13.
I believe that was rated R.
Was he confused in there too?
I think it was PG-13. Luckily, we have the internet right in front of us, and Steven's gonna look it up.
The John Travolta
movie.
And one of the greatest things about rated R content being so popular is that I wish more things would be rated R, just to allow for the movie to be that much better. It's like you have so many restrictions nowadays, and everyone's so caught up in being PG-13. It's like, you know what? I would love for this to bleed into other genres. I would love for
more rated R horror movies. Exactly. Yeah. That's what I hate. Is PG-13 horror movies. I'm sorry, we jumped topics, but
it doesn't work out.
No, it doesn't. So like the fact that we can have rated R comic book movies and still kids will go and see it because parents are going to bring them anyways. Like, there were, how many kids were in your movie theater when you guys saw Deadpool?
Dude, when we were there, the whole row.
So many eyes that were being covered during this.
Yeah, the whole row, I think, in front of us was like kids.
And so, like,
no, mijo.
It doesn't stop parents from bringing their kid there, so it just.
Apparently.
I prefer it. Like, just have some good stuff.
And I actually think it's pretty funny because I think those kids already got their taste of Deadpool in, I think it was like Marvel Heroes, Myth and Legends. That show, they actually have Deadpool there. Mm-hmm. And he's one of the main characters the whole time, and Spider-Man there too.
I don't know. I don't necessarily have cable.
Punisher was rated R.
Okay.
I remember the commercial
because I know Warzone was rated R too.
Yeah, Warzone.
Warzone was a comic book movie, like literally.
Yeah, exactly.
But
I still love that scene though.
But yeah, I still don't have cable, so I don't know exactly what you're talking about.
I think it's like a Disney.
Actually, I'm sorry, I will never.
It's on Disney Kids. It's on Disney Kids. That's what they show.
Where everyone's got big heads and like weird
Because
body shapes.
Marvel's owned by Disney, so of course it's on a Disney.
No,
channel.
but see the licensing
Marvel's
stuff
gonna
so
buy
weird
Disney.
though. It's like how that shit works. It's like
I know.
okay, so Fox owns Deadpool, X-Men,
Well, the
Fantastic
movie.
Four.
Fantastic Four,
Spider-Man.
the word mutants,
Oh yeah.
and like all this other weird shit. Like they have that,
Christ.
so that's why they never refer to each other, you know, because they're not part of the Marvel.
And
They're
Marvel
Inhumans.
universe.
In the Avengers, right? Age of Ultron.
Yeah, like they don't. They don't exist.
Yeah.
And even the cartoons, not cartoons, but the Jessica Jones and all those other ones that are coming out, Daredevil and stuff like that. I don't think they're necessarily they can use the same.
Well, they're using
characters.
Inhumans as a replacement for mutants.
No, but I don't think they can use the same character names inside of it. Like they can't use the Hulk. That's what kept saying, like the Green Guy and stuff like that.
Fun fact:
Nice.
the guy that played what's the name of the quick guy?
Quicksilver.
Quicksilver. The guy that
Kick-Ass.
played him in the Avengers was Kick-Ass, and the guy that
Aaron
played
Paul
him
Johnson?
in X-Men was
Was it-
Ass Kicker.
Mm-hmm.
The more you know.
And which one was better?
Rainbow. I don't know. I haven't seen Age of Ultron,
You know,
but I can only assume.
yeah, he had a really bad accent.
Spoiler alert: it sucked.
Did it suck? I didn't think it sucked. I just
Yeah,
didn't
It
think.
sucked.
I
don't
just
like
didn't
it.
think it was as good as it could have been, especially after
Was it?
no. Winter Soldier came out.
I was gonna say that.
No,
Winter
how
Soldier
is
was
this
the
movie
best
so
Avengers movie that
good?
they made, and that's what we were saying. We're like, okay, the Avengers movie. Like I was talking with a coworker, and we were like, the Avengers movie was just a setup movie to the real Avengers movie coming out, named Captain America:
like,
Civil
yeah.
War, because it's got all the characters in it basically, and a hidden Spider-Man that they digitally took out. You know, fucking Spider-Man's gonna be on Iron Man's side. And every time they show those little clips, they have a little spot kind of missing for some reason. It's like it's an uneven number, but if you add one more person, is there. So Spider-Man's hopefully gonna be in the movie,
He has to be.
like the whole way through, not just what was it? I saw like a meme which did the whole Luke Skywalker thing. It turns around, it's like Spider-Man's face. Like I'd be pissed if that happened, or it's like after the
Post-credit scene.
yeah, like a post-credit
Yeah.
scene, Spider-Man comes out like, "Hey guys."
Oh shit!
Miles, like, oh whoa, they went for Black Spider-Man.
Miles Morales.
Oh man, I just hope they don't.
But
mess
that goes
up.
into our second topic, which is bad CGI. I mean, like, think about that first Spider-Man movie, and can you guys remember how bad that CGI is? Like, where he's kind of like lanky and bouncy.
You know what that always reminds me of? And
No
I feel
textures?
like they came out at the same time, or just in my mind they're all in the same like time span. But it's that It's the first Spider-Man, the Sam Raimi Spider-Man, and Blade 2. In my mind they came out around the same time, and I remember that sort of CG because that scene in Blade 2 where they're fighting
Fighting
in front
next
of
to the lights.
I was just like. And in my mind, I was like, "Oh my god, that looks so cool." Obviously, if I go back to it now,
It's dated.
It's more of a nostalgic thing of like, okay, when I first saw this is what I thought, but I'm not thinking that now.
And funny enough, okay, that same kind of bouncy look is what is in the beginning of the Age of Ultron when they're fighting in the forest. It's literally that same really bad CG animation, and that's why I was like, "You guys have a budget of like $200 million. I know a quarter of that's going just to Robert Downey Jr. But come on, dude, you guys could like do better than that." And they didn't. Like, of
course
it
not.
looked
was
really bad.
Just the beginning of the movie. The rest of the movie, obviously, like
No, I'm
it
talking
was
about the
spot
beginning.
on.
That beginning
But
part.
The beginning was just so odd. Yeah, because I noticed that too when I was watching it. I'm like, why does everyone seem like this very like rubbery CG character?
And like whenever they like land, it's like their bodies crumple and it's like, all right, and jump. It's like there's springs. It's weird. I don't like it at all. Like,
They got terrible
But
ones doing that.
a CG movie that does hold up, or a movie that has CG that does hold up, Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park does hold up to that.
Welcome.
Dude, Jurassic World doesn't hold up as much as Jurassic Park does. That's the crazy part.
You know what I think of bad CG, but I still loved it anyway. I always think of
Forrest Gump.
Spawn,
Godzilla. Yeah.
No,
first Spawn movie.
Spawn is still.
Which they've been talking about, like, oh, okay, the script is done.
It's
Okay,
done.
well, 5 years from now we might have a movie.
Most
That's
likely.
good
It
stuff.
might be rated R, maybe.
That would be great.
That would- yeah,
you
would
can't
be.
do Spawn without it being rated R.
Nope.
The fucking cartoons were rated R. That's how good that.
Yeah, they were
movie
shown
Yeah.
on HBO,
HBO.
so that they're bloody, gory, and they have a lot.
It was great, and
And
the universe lends itself to that because the universe is just fucking. It's messed up. It's dark. It's gritty. There's a very adult content within that, and you can't. You can try to turn that into a PG-13 movie, but you really
Nah,
shouldn't.
I
Especially after what's funny is now we're gonna talk about like I think we were at the
Imagine
time.
a Spawn cartoon on Disney or some shit.
No, hell no.
You know what's funny is like we're gonna talk from now on. I feel like we're gonna talk about movies before Deadpool and movies after Deadpool, and I feel like Deadpool definitely did open up the floodgates.
It'll be the two. It'll be like movies before the Avengers came out, and then movies after Deadpool came out, and it'll be like a mix of the two. Like they figured out a formula to make those movies good, and then they figured out that they can do more, and people are still gonna be able to like go to it. And see
you know what's funny? I always think of movies before Batman Begins and movies after Batman Begins.
Yeah,
because
this is for the DC like
Side.
scene because Marvel doesn't fuck with the whole we're gonna be gritty. Like everything in the DC universe has to be like no sunlight and people are just mad.
You obviously.
Well, no, I
haven't seen Howard the
mean,
Duck.
the Hulk movie definitely took that approach. The second one.
Oh, I never watched
The
it.
Incredible
The
Hulk
second
movie
one
with
was
Edward
just
Norton.
weird. That
They
was
took
really
that
good.
approach.
yeah, those strikes.
Damn
really
you,
good.
Eric Banner and
Yeah.
Bruce Banner.
Well, not even that. It's
Well-
also the director as well. The director was pretty terrible. Even though that director made really great movies, just that movie was just a big flopper.
The first iteration.
The first iteration of Incredible Hulk was
Isn't
the
it
same
like-
director. It was the same director that made like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Hey, John Woo, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's-
And it was terrible.
Hulk karate smash.
Like honestly, if you make great movies, you make great fight scenes, and you made a terrible freaking Hulk movie.
Roadhouse.
I think honestly, I think what was happening is it was around the time where people were just kind of discovering like what is a good superhero movie and what things you can what elements from the comic books you can take and what elements you can't.
And
And the whole panel thing that was not working out for
They
anybody.
also found out who not to ever direct the movie.
Yeah.
John Woo.
And which which Marvel character, regardless of how many movies you put him in, just ain't gonna make it. I'm sorry, Hulk is never
that's
getting a
the thing,
standalone
like,
movie.
with Hulk. He should have his own standalone movie because like
So-
I've
yeah.
seen animated movies with Hulk and I've seen the character
great.
Hulk and a lot of stuff and it's just like that's really good. Some of those stories should be expanded on, but it's almost like you have to bring in a whole nother universe. Like if they expand
they do,
the
they
Guardians
really do.
of the Galaxy universe and they can include Hulk in that, but you really can't include Hulk
You can't.
Planet
in.
Hulk.
That would be
Planet
great,
Hulk.
but you can't include Hulk in like Earth or in the Avengers universe
because
in
he's
that-
too strong, he's
Yeah.
too big. It's like, okay, it's always the military comes after the Hulk. It's not like space aliens like in Avengers. It's like always something that he's gonna bite and throw and just like.
You know what's
get
funny
this
is like
fight away.
Hulk is like the Godzilla of the Avengers because he's like he's kind of a force to be reckoned with and they kind of fear him to an extent, but then something else that's bigger and badder comes along and they're like, fuck, we need someone to help, and then there goes Hulk and Hulk battles it and then he hits the electric lines and goes back to Bruce Banner.
Oh, he hits the goddamn electric line.
Oh God damn it!
Well, one thing that just bothers me about the Hulk is like he's infinitely strong. So
Yep.
I don't know why they don't make him just infinitely strong. Those power lines should have pissed him off a little more, and he would have just gone through it, right?
Should have just tickled his balls and should have gone straight through him.
oh, Hulk smash.
Hulk scratch.
Hulk's actually had some great battles in the comics. Like that's why I really do
Dude,
like him.
Hulk versus Wolverine.
Wolverine,
That
that
was
one's
sick
great.
movie.
Yeah,
And you know who was also was in that movie too? Deadpool was also in that movie as well.
Yeah, I remember.
And he was great in that too. And thanks to the person who actually voiced him, which is Nolan North,
Nolan North.
who has always been a great voice
Word.
actor. I would love him,
Shout out to
especially when he
Nolan
played
North.
him too. It's
Okay.
freaking hilarious.
He did the voice for the video game, right?
Yeah, Nathan Drake.
Yeah.
Well, Nolan North was many characters.
He's done a lot of things. He's done the Penguin and
Assassin's Creed, wasn't he?
he's in
He's
Penguin,
and
Assassin's
Arkham series.
Creed, Arkham series.
He's fucking. He's everything.
He's done it in like a lot
He's
of
in
different
everything.
ones.
He's like
Easily.
He's like the guy that does the Batman voice or whatever. What's his name again?
Kevin Conroy.
Kevin Conroy.
Kevin Conroy just does. Batman.
Kevin Conroy is
He
just
can only
Batman.
do
And
Batman.
Kevin Conroy
He's
sounds
like-
like Batman. Like that's
he's
just
like
his kind of his
everything.
voice.
Mhm.
Like in everything.
But I mean,
Come on.
okay, so Christian,
Do it.
you wanted to like throw out a couple movies in which you thought the CG was terrible. It's like, what movies would you say?
What movies would I would say?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna start with one that was actually a god awful movie.
The Hulk, the first
No.
one.
I'll give you a really terrible movie because
just talked
I
about
know for a fact none of you guys have seen it, and I've seen it, and I thought the CGI on that
Fucking
portion was terrible.
Try me.
No, okay, it's Ghost Rider with Nicolas Cage.
Yes, I saw
and there
it.
was a scene where he's looking in a mirror and he's checking
muscles?
himself out. His muscles are actually
CG.
CGI.
Yeah, I know about
Remember when
that.
he's laughing and his face is turning into a skull? He's like, "Ah."
That part was terrible.
Okay,
Easy
like
to
they
see
thought
that.
about more CGI when the bees on his face. Like that's really the best.
oh, not the bees.
That movie made no sense. Like I remember watching like the best of moments of that movie, and he just
like
like
a
goes
bear
up-
suit.
Yeah, and then he punches the shit out of him. I've never seen the movie, but I kind of want to just see what the fuck.
That's
saw
all.
that.
That's all you really need to see. Is just those specific moments.
It's like it doesn't rank up there, but like, have you guys ever heard of The Room?
With who?
Oh,
who?
you know, it's nobodies, bunch of nobodies with horrible acting. Like the guy that directed it, produced it, and starred in the fucking movie. On top of that, like you see throughout the entire movie,
So it's a Robert Rodriguez movie.
kind of, but like worse. So like throughout the movie, you'll see like stock photos of like spoons everywhere. And that's kind of like developed a cult following in the same way of like Rocky Horror Picture Show, where like it was so bad for its time that it's really good. So now whenever they show it and people see spoons everywhere, they fucking throw spoons in like theaters.
Wow.
That's legit.
It's a really bad movie. I think we should
funny.
watch it one day.
I mean, I know it's going a little bit off topic again, but I went to one of those Rocky Horror Picture Show like theme.
I was actually gonna go to that,
It's really
and then I didn't.
It's different, and they definitely have you interact with it the whole time, but it's cool. Like we have one down here.
Do it?
But yeah,
I was gonna go to that.
for CGI in a movie, the worst I can think of, like personally, that I'm like, I don't like that. Would have to be Wolverine's claws.
Oh
And-
my god!
And
In
X-Men
Origins, right?
Origins, yeah.
Okay, when
Oh,
he's
he's
in the bathroom.
It's just like, yeah, there's like moving over. Like, what are you doing?
I thought that was funny.
The tracking on that's terrible. It's like,
It was
let me just have this come out right here.
No, it is not
I mean,
even. It isn't even that. It's when he's playing with them, and then he just slices the fucking sink. I was like, what the fuck?
And why do they spark on each other too? Like, the fuck are you doing? You're just
He's
touching
hitting him.
me.
He's really strong, dude.
Yeah.
All right, Eric, let me see what you got. I mean, they're kind of moving around. Fuck it.
that'll work.
Good enough. Good enough.
That's Wolverine, guys. Wolverine. All right, let's do this.
No, sir, I'm not done. Like, fuck it. Send it to final.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta go through some coke, so like, we just gotta wrap this up, okay?
Oh, CG blood. I hate CG blood. Like, why is that a thing now?
Which is the worst one I could think of for that?
CG blood, like in Rambo and in
Yeah,
the
but that-
Expendables. It's just, I don't know.
That's the thing. I think like the Expendables is what I've always said about it is that it's so bad that it's good.
I love
Okay.
it. I love
And
it.
I've talked about the Expendables, I think, a couple of times already, and I've always said that the first one was good for. It was good for what it was trying to be. And
then
it was trying to be a nostalgia fest, and it really was a nostalgia fest. And it was like referencing itself without referencing itself, and it made little comments about like each individual actor's careers, and it was a genuinely smart action movie. And then they kept going.
And then the thing is, then they try to redo it. And it's like, okay, how do we do that again? All right, let's be funny again. Let's just have big guns. We gotta go bigger though.
You know,
Bigger
it was
guns.
like Scream, like the first one. Scream, the first one was parodying and was, you know, criticizing horror movies. And I feel like the Expendables, that's what it was doing. It was taking the tropes from action movies and making a movie out of that, but also knowing what it was. And it was like, okay, we're not really taking this too serious. We're just gonna have fun with it. And then the second movie comes out, and they were like, oh yeah, we're gonna have fun with it, but we're kind of serious now. And you're like,
We have a storyline.
I know which one was the worst one with CGI.
Ooh, what is it?
Ooh.
Mortal Kombat.
Oh, the dragon! Oh my
Damn,
god!
wow.
It's funny how I knew exactly where you're going. Dude, the dragon was
the fuck?
bad.
That's
This
yeah.
thing's not even in 3D.
Nope.
It's a 2D model.
Damn.
This
That's
movie
a-
came out like in like 90, like 95,
No, it was like
94.
98.
well, let's face it, those movies in general are kind of a shit show. They were nostalgic because we were kids.
they were
It's
awesome
like
though.
how the fuck did
Martial arts is the shit though.
how in the hell did a PS1 console have better graphics than a fucking movie?
Because the budget was higher on the PS1 than it.
There was a lot of love put into those games, not so much.
Have you seen Twisted Metal? It's beautiful.
Yeah, I don't. That was bad. I kept thinking about it right now. It finally hit me. Like that was bad. I was expecting it to like be more like grittier and like I guess more detailed. Then you just get that shit show. Like, aw.
I just remember the first Mortal Kombat movie where Liu Kang's brother dies, and he and Shang Tsung like goes up to the.
You mean Johnny Tsunami's
soul.
Your soul.
No, but I was, in my mind, it was like your whole is mine.
The entire
that's-
time I kept thinking like, because I think I saw a movie a couple years after it came out because I.
Wow, damn,
I
late to the
didn't
punch.
know. I didn't know.
Yeah,
that,
they saw Power Rangers' first movie yesterday. It was weird.
But yeah, like, I saw the movie like a couple years after it came out because I didn't even know there was a Mortal Kombat movie. So like at that point, I think like Johnny Tsunami had come out already. So I was like, no, Pono. Like,
no, Pono. Let me show you, Pono. Your soul's my Pono.
Pono.
Yeah.
Your hole is
The
mine.
medallion, Pono, is given to the best surfer in Hawaii, who exemplifies all the. I watch Johnny Tsunami when I go to sleep every night. I'm not lying. So,
I don't really know what
this
that
is why
is.
I do that line off the top of my head.
So Shane Sung is this really good surfer, okay?
They
live in Hawaii.
Surf ninjas.
They live in Hawaii, right? He's got this little nephew, or he's got this little nephew.
His grandson.
His whatever.
His grandson has to go over to. His dad works in his thing, and then his dad got a job over in
Like
a place
Colorado
where it's like all snowy. So he goes over there. He's a surfer, and he goes to the snow, and is with the rich kids, but the poor kids snowboard. So he's gonna go snowboard, but the rich kids don't want him
I feel
to.
like that movie got made so many times in the 90s.
This is in 2000. It's great. Season.
Yeah, it was in 2000.
Pono.
Later.
Pono. Pono.
Just like 5
Humanga
minutes.
danga surf Pikachu. Pono.
Dude,
Oh, Pono.
God damn you, Shanks.
the movie's actually still for hilarious.
Yeah, it's
though.
cool. Anyway,
It's pretty funny.
There's no CGI in that movie.
No.
But yeah,
All the stunts were done and performed by Shang Tsung. Anyway, Steven, what's the CG?
What do you think you've seen? Yeah, just bad. Just
I
bad.
fucking said Spawn.
Oh, right.
Oh.
You're
First Spawn movie.
First
That was
Spawn
the first one we
movie?
talked
well, another one that's
Okay.
pretty bad is the Super Mario Brothers movie.
no, that's.
When-
But yeah, that was made to be bad. Though.
Come on, man. They didn't have technology
They
in
made it bad,
1991.
yeah.
Couple-
They barely had technology for
Yeah,
the
but
game.
They like pretty much animorphed King Koopa when they de-evolved his ass and they made him to a fucking dinosaur
King
instead
Koopa
of
did evolve too.
instead of a fucking gigantic turtle with like spikes on the back.
That's true.
Made no
Okay,
sense.
then what about the best?
Best.
Like something where you're just like,
Obviously,
man,
Life of Pi. Like, come on.
this holds up. Avatar, because the whole movie was.
No, I mean, to be
except
honest,
for the scene where the dude was in the robot. I can't remember his name.
You mean the fucking Metal Gear?
Yeah, he was inside the Metal Gear, and you see him like kind of like the tracking's bad, so he's all like all weird in there.
Like weird dancing thing.
Hey.
1, 2, 3, 4,
But
5.
honestly,
6,
I haven't
7,
seen
8.
Avatar since around the time it came out on Blu-ray.
I didn't
My little
care
nephew was
about
obsessed with it, so I did see it a couple times. I didn't watch the whole movie through, but
I didn't care about it.
Movie's
No,
too
yeah.
fucking long.
Fuck Avatar. Oh, there's Smurfs that can fuck by their tails.
Smurf Tales?
And you're pregnant. Look.
Damn.
you know that movie was. Don't get me wrong. Like when you see the movie, it obviously looked amazing. So going to see it in theaters, it was a nice experience, and it's what made CG 3D. People weren't as interested in 3D till they saw. Till pretty much James Cameron was like, "Yeah, I got this."
And then
I'll
he
show you exactly
fucked
what
it up for everybody else.
And then
Essentially, yeah, because everyone started doing
You know
it.
what's funny though is that's exactly what happened. You know, they saw the success of Avatar, and they also saw, you know what, we're getting less pirating because of it, because it's hard to pirate that kind of movie and that kind of content. So all the studios try to push it, and then they realize people don't actually want to see that in
Remember,
everything.
there were 3D TVs being sold at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, buy them. Just turn off all your lights inside your house. Close all your blinds. Put on these glasses that have shades on the sides. Plug it into your TV, and it might work.
Don't forget to charge the fucking glasses. What?
Have a nice
Sony Bravia.
have a nice bottle of wine because you're gonna get dizzy.
Wait, how the fuck do I charge these things? But at the theater, they give me something made out of cardboard and it works just fine.
That's true.
That always bugged me.
This is bullshit.
That always bugged the shit out of me. But no, that's what was when it comes to talking about Avatar and when it comes to
Sponsor
like, CG. What's funny though is like a lot of technology had to be made for that movie to be made. Like they were utilizing, I think, certain, I can't remember what the exact technology was, but
Unreal
they were
Engine.
it was like rendering things on the fly
Oh, yeah.
as they were recording footage, so they could like see essentially
GI.
what was going on, and it's like that had to happen, and that happened specifically for your movie, and now that's used in so many other things. So it's groundbreaking in its own way, but it's basically Pocahontas or Dances with Wolves.
It's a show you can just watch because it's pretty. Or a movie, I mean. And it's not necessarily the best story, but it is visually
It's
appealing.
Pocahontas.
Pocahontas didn't have the best story for it. It wasn't
It
even
was
real.
nice. It was Romeo and Juliet.
Pocahontas
Oh,
had no hair and she had tattoos all over her face.
And she was a child too, so
She was a child. Dude was a pedophile. He killed his family, or killed her family, I think.
Worth it.
Anyway, Grammy 2016's happened. And it went.
That's a great segue. I love it.
2016 is, yeah, anyways, it's the best segue. Okay. I use that shit all the time. Anyways.
Anyways, you should probably leave my house.
You should probably leave. No,
You promised me breakfast.
that's the other, I'm pretty sure all you guys, well, most of you guys have seen the Kendrick Lamar performance.
Quite literally, that's the only thing I've seen of the Grammys.
Oh, man, it was pretty,
and honestly, I don't give a shit to see anything else. I saw that and I was like, that's amazing. That's just on its own. I love that. I love the performance. I love like all the imagery.
It was a show.
Like, hey, I'm done.
Or performance, I mean.
Like, I'm done. I don't need to see anything else.
So,
I didn't give a shit who won the album of the year.
No, I never really cared, but I mean, if you got somebody on there that's like
your idol
got a better album overall, and then Taylor Swift wins, it's like, really?
You go, Tay Tay.
Tay Tay.
You go,
Yeah.
You made your
showed
pop
Kanye
album.
that he didn't make you famous. But
That's why I hate
he
the
helped.
freaking.
He sure did help.
That's why I hate the people that actually like vote that stuff.
Yeah, because
in.
they're racist, dude. They're just like the Oscars.
Omars.
Academy Award.
You know,
Hispanic
especially
friends.
when it comes to that stuff, I think a lot of the people voting and a lot of the people like putting in their input in this are just kind of looking at record sales, and you know, artists like that tend to sell really well because of who they're marketed towards.
Yeah, but see, that's what I hate about. That's the one thing I hate about the Grammys. Is like, I mean, they kind of just evolve into like whatever's hot on the streets, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And that kind of bugs me because obviously, if your type of music goes out of style, then you're never gonna see that shit ever again.
Yeah.
It's like,
Well, it's like, was it
Well,
two or 3 years ago when they put in EDM into the Grammys? They didn't even put it into the show. It was like a pre-Grammy Awards thing, and so like they won their Grammys, but they never got to be in the.
Well, just like the
Grammys.
first time
'cause
there
they
was
were rolling
a,
balls.
I think the first time there was like a hard rock category or a metal category, and was it?
Oh, did you see the guy who's won this year? By the way,
No.
Dude, they were wearing the best freaking mask you've ever seen. Look it up, like the metal album of the year, some shit. I forget what the band is. I was like, man, these guys are.
But there was Jethro Tull that I remember winning.
No one clapped for
Well,
him.
that was
too.
the first one.
That was
Yeah,
the
Jethro
very
Tull, they
first
beat
one.
Metallica.
Yeah. Beat on
And
Metallica.
it's just like it just shows you how far back they are in sort of like people's interest, and it also shows you.
Wait, you said was it the hard rock category or was it metal?
It was the metal,
metal category.
Yeah, one of those.
It was
two.
metal category. That's what it
So
was.
It's not even metal.
I know.
Yeah,
they
and
ended up winning it.
Progressive
won.
rock.
But this is also what I'm saying as well is the fact that the people that actually do vote these things in, it's mainly like producers. They look at the sales and everything else and which one actually still holds.
It wasn't DJ Luke. DJ Luke did he touch Metallica?
Yeah. But that's the thing though. It's just a bunch
Sucks
of
for
people
you
that
guys.
usually don't really listen to like a bunch of
hashtag
different categories of music and they just throw it in there to say, okay, I think this is better. I think this is better. That's it.
Yeah, I mean it's like I don't know, not my cup of tea.
It is.
I just honestly thought Taylor Swift shouldn't have won. It should have been
No.
Kendrick Lamar for album of the year.
You're hoping for part 2 of Kanye getting up there.
Kanye wasn't there, was he?
I was thinking either that or it was gonna be
Kanye was
Adele.
too busy, like
Trying to release his
being
album.
left-
It's either Kendrick
No,
or
he
Adele.
released it. They
Like,
took it out. They
honestly,
released it.
Adele or Kendrick was gonna win. That's what I thought.
Yeah, for real.
Adele
I
was
mean,
gonna win?
just put it this way.
Yeah.
I didn't know what the nominees were, but I
Adele had like what,
thoroughly enjoyed Kendrick Lamar's album. Did not listen to. Well, no, I listened to songs from Taylor Swift because they're fucking everywhere. And you can't avoid them.
Just Hello. I think got like what on this like the first day was able to like people to download and buy it. It was like 25 million.
Oh,
like instantly just for that
Ghost.
single.
Ghost won Best Metal Performance. I don't know about album, but Ghost won Best Metal Performance.
How the
Fun fact about Ghost.
What about Ghost?
During their show, I got kicked in the throat while I had to catch a crowd surfer.
Oh my god.
That's the kind of life
They
I was
were
living.
really nice.
They were really nice about it. They were like, "Please, excuse me, we have child in the front.
Do not hurt each
no
other.
crowd surfing, okay?
Okay?
No more crowd surfing."
You will hurt the little ones, okay?
And then he looks over at me and he's like, "Okay," and I'm like, "Oh, this guy's nice. Yeah, okay, cool.
Mexican?
You okay?"
And then
Okay, bully.
It's okay, Juan. Go do your job.
What the
My
fuck?
name's Steven.
I have
My
a
name's
fucking name.
Kesha.
I have a fucking name tag. God damn it.
I have a name.
I don't
tag.
care. You're Juan to me now.
And then,
You are
there was
the
this
Juan
video.
and only one.
There was a video of Ice Cube leaving the Grammys, like right in the beginning. He's like, "Yeah, I did my thing, and I'm out. I want to say this shit or something like that." It's like, damn, he
So-
really don't care.
So I have to ask, because I don't really know, but how the fuck do you get nominated for Best Rock Performance?
I don't know. And what does it?
I think it just means by
collectively bring
Right.
in like what's rock and then what's metal.
I think
to them.
for that one it's based on the video. If the video seems like it holds up.
So it's a music video thing. It's
Essentially,
not like,
yeah.
So
like, oh, dude, they played this amazing show in
Yeah.
Ohio. Oh, fuck.
Someone gave birth in their show, and that doesn't win best performance.
That was part of the act. She does it every week.
How does she do it?
Every week. Have you heard of the group Rock Bitch? Don't look it up, kids. Don't look it up.
No, fuck it.
That's why some of the
They do some weird shit on stage.
that's what they're
Like fuck for force.
There's probably
Kind of. Well, okay. So Rock Bitch is this rock group of all females, and I think like two males, like a drummer and a guitarist, maybe. But
all they need.
basically, they put out a golden dildo into the audience. First of all, and whoever gets it gets to come up stage, and they put it on their head, and then they have a chick that will come from the back, and she'll fuck them. Well, fuck the dildo on their head during the show. These chicks don't wear clothes during the performance, like, and they have like a submissive like girl that just comes there and they like do shit to her while they're performing. Terrible music.
Why
Wow.
haven't you looked this up?
Yeah,
I'm not gonna Google this.
Why not?
Rock Bitch is a thing,
wow. That's
Incognito
weird.
mode this shit. Let's do this.
and it's terrible. Like,
Yeah, I don't doubt it. I really don't.
it's like that's the gimmick. It's like topless DJs. Like, you suck, but everyone's coming for the titties.
Jesus,
Yeah,
that's
fuck
so
it.
dumb.
I mean, I guess if you're paying like $35 to like watch some girl sit on a dildo on your forehead, but you gotta be lucky.
You know what? You know what you
Playing
said?
the
Like,
lotto.
you know what they said? Like when you were saying that they bring out something to give to the audience. Instantly, my mind went to like, and then they brought out a little dolphin.
Oh my god, the dolphin
God,
selfie.
that dolphin was stupid.
From Argentina.
So let's explain what happened. So people were at the beach.
In
They found the
Argentina.
little dolphin. And they lifted the little dolphin and took pictures with him until he died.
They fucking and when you see the pictures, it looks like a scene from The Walking Dead where like they have one live person and a bunch of zombies coming and reaching out towards it.
reaching out.
It's like these people are fucking ridiculous. Like, you know these things need to be wet, right? Like they're not supposed to be handled like that.
No, dude, it's still squirming. It's still alive.
It's all good, man. Can't breathe, but it's all good.
You know what? I would love to see it from the dolphin's perspective of like he's with this group of dolphins and he's like, look guys, I think the humans are ready. I think they're ready for us to give them our message. I'm gonna go talk to them. They're like, no, Jim, the humans aren't ready to listen to what we have to say. Please stay back with us.
And he's like, no, my name's Jesse. Jim,
Guys,
here.
guys, I got this. So he gets closer and closer to the shore, and the first person sees him, and he's like, human, I'm here to communicate to you the meaning of life.
Fucking
And then
selfie time.
Oh my god, it's a little dolphin.
Get Snapchats.
Selfie stick.
With the homie. Why they smell like fish?
And then he's like, do you have a second? I need to tell you the meaning of life. Okay, I'm just gonna. Okay, you new human. I gotta tell you. Okay, I'm just gonna go to the next human. Where's the water?
I can't breathe.
I'm getting really dry right now. And then it's like the rest of the dolphins are all hanging back from a safe distance, looking at him like the humans just aren't ready to listen.
They massacred him. The sons of bitches, they let him.
And when you said like a human, like a person in the middle of The Walking Dead, I just got a picture of everybody holding up the little dolphin and like grabbing pieces of him, just like, I want selfie now.
It's close enough, dude. Like, if you see the
Yeah,
picture, you'd be like,
it's
damn,
bad.
these people are fucking crazy.
Dumbasses. Dumbasses is what they are.
They're hostile, they're stupid, and then I don't know why they freaking did it to begin with. That's so
And you
dumb.
know, this could have been a great leap forward between the relations of man and dolphin. And it's like, no, from now on, whenever you want a selfie with the dolphin, you have to go to the dolphins and have them accept you. And then you can take the picture. No longer will a dolphin come to us for a picture.
It was an act
Or
of
you get a
terrorism.
quarter and you put it into the little machine and then you just put your hand out there and then eat it.
A little
And
dolphin
then-
just...
And then you take a selfie. A little dolphin machine.
Shake the fucking machine. Maybe I'll get an extra one.
Oh,
Fuck, I got half of one.
It's just the idea. I couldn't stop laughing because it was a little dolphin. Just fucking, and the little dolphin that like realized that it fucked up by getting near the humans. Like, oh, this is my life now.
There goes my life now.
You sons of bitches. Motherfucker. My turn. I don't know why they would want to like go that far. Like, did they not think ahead of like, nah, it's fine. It's probably magical.
Like,
It can live forever.
you telling me it doesn't just belong on the beach? Oh, that's why it's dead.
Oh fuck.
And like, just the thought of who was the last person to handle the dolphin. It was just like a little kid that's like, oh my god, a dolphin that's not moving.
Your turn, Mateo. Like, oh fuck, it's dead. Oh shit. Mom.
Like, who realized that the dolphin was dead?
Just imagine the guy that had to come in to declare it dead. But
All right, I'm calling it.
6:15 Saturday night.
It never fucking gets any better. They put it in a body bag.
They flush it down the toilet.
Shit just got real dark real quick here.
I know, right?
They go to the nearest
We're
toilet and just drop it in there.
sympathizing, but we're making fun of the dolphin. You see? We think the people are stupid. We didn't do this. They did that.
That's and it's crazy that they
Would
did
you
that.
have been scrambling to get a selfie with the dolphin?
No.
Yeah, I wouldn't
I
either.
don't know.
Wait, did you guys hear about? It was in Colombia, in a Colombian prison. Like they found
found
over
the dolphin.
200 bodies in the sewer lines. Like
Jesus, like trying to escape or something?
no.
Dead
And
bodies?
dismembered body parts because Colombian prisons are like drastically overcrowded. So they did their research and shit, and they were like, it's probably bodies from 1999 to like 2007.
What the fuck?
And then also that most of those bodies were from people that were visitors or that worked there. They weren't even fucking inmates.
So what, did they just fall like in a huge man?
No, fucking people killed them. And then try to flush them.
It's too crowded in here. Dude.
He was gonna leave anyway. Like, what are you doing?
He was on his way out. Oh, he is now. He's out already.
He's warm.
Quick,
Yeah, that
before
was-
it gets cold.
That was crazy. I was like, wow, that's not nice.
What about that Vietnamese prisoner that impregnated herself to get away from the death penalty?
What?
She paid somebody. I think it was like 5,000.
5 cigarettes.
Like, probably. She paid like another prisoner to like inseminate herself so that she can avoid getting executed. So she's pregnant, and they're not gonna fucking execute someone that's pregnant.
She's still gonna die though eventually, right?
Yeah, but I guess if she keeps going that way, maybe after she gives birth, like, all right, fuck it, like she'll be on the chair. Like,
She went to bed like,
hey, it's a boy. You want to say?
Goosh.
Turn it on.
it's like, oh, look, it's a boy. All right, cool, you're done.
He'll never remember you.
Shut up, baby.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Neither did I.
Yeah,
it's because
that's crazy.
I have a habit of like being on Facebook a lot,
Happens.
and I always just kind of like refresh and like, oh, somebody liked my photo, but then I'll go in the trending section. And then I saw that, I was like, that's smart. Bitch is on something. We're fucked though as collective men. Like, we cannot get pregnant.
Although if you managed to get pregnant, they would take you right out of jail and into like a lab somewhere.
Or into the next Arnold Schwarzenegger flick.
They would cast you.
I'm down. I'm looking at you, Governor.
But we had like one more thing we want to talk about. Speaking of the government.
Mr. Mom.
Speaking of the government.
Ooh, Apple.
Apple, you
no.
dumbass.
Apple
Masses.
say no.
You know, okay, so the whole thing that happened with Apple is, I believe it was a terrorist.
A terrorist attack that happened in San Bernardino.
Yeah, there you go. And
Which is only like an hour and a half away from us, 2 hours.
Yeah, that's true. The government was asking for Apple to, essentially hack their phone.
Well, see what it was. Their phone was on. It was locked, and it's set up to if you put the password too many times, it'll erase all the stuff on the phone. So the government's there trying to press 11111. Oh shit! I locked it for another 20 minutes. 22222. So they asked. Actually, it wasn't that they asked. They
demanded it.
No, it was a subpoena, basically. Like
it's probably
you guys got to give us access to the phone, and they're like, we'll work with you and see. Do the best we can, but we're not going to create a different OS that would allow us to get into the back of it, because it was like an iPhone 5C.
Yeah,
which,
they wanted Apple to create like a backdoor into their encryption, so that way the government can like get in there
and not just create it, but give it to them.
Yeah, but then on top of that, if somebody were to hack it, they hack everyone.
Well, no, it was only people that ran that particular OS on the 5C.
Yeah, but I mean, you create a backdoor to a system like that.
And it takes Apple right back to what happened with the Fappening. And it takes it right back to that because it's another security risk. And Apple can't really deal with that at the moment.
Do it, Apple. Fuck it.
Apple already has a bad track record with that. Mm-hmm. And right now, it doesn't even, had the Fappening not happened, I feel like there would have been a lot more cooperation.
I don't think that they would have.
No, they wouldn't have done
at
it.
all. No. They're saying it's a privacy concern with the people, not just because of like leaked photos, but just because it's a privacy concern.
No,
if you have that back door, it could lead to not just the Fappening
too?
or anything like that, but you can have hackers taking just personal information in general.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like Apple has been much more public about it and much more outspoken about it because they have a tarnished image, and now they want to uphold that image better. The security. They want to have customers feel secure in what they're using.
Well, it's not even that. It's the fact that you can, even if you're just on your phone and you just put on terror, they're gonna be like, oh, instantly they'll be like, oh, terrorist, you're probably doing that. Probably doing something shady. They'll instantly go to your phone and they'll hack it. I mean, honestly, you can also be doing something very innocent, and they're gonna already assume that you're doing something bad.
I don't text certain words. I never text asshole.
Yeah. I do.
Oh, I'm joking. I do.
I don't
do.
I don't know if I ever text asshole.
Well, because you're also letting them go through your phone if for like whatever reason, whatever words have you've used like excessively as well, especially if you use any sort of thing that could be like incriminating you. Well, incriminate you as being like some sort of terrorist or some sort of social terrorist.
Yeah, like we keep saying terrorist.
Yeah.
Right now, they might even flag our podcast terrorist.
All right.
So, what I was saying that now I'm blanked out. They wanted to create a backdoor just to that particular OS, but I think just in general, they said that they would work with them. They would even send some of their people to work with the FBI to like try to get through it, but they're not going to just create a full thing for them.
Which is fine. Like I believe that the company has all like in all the right they can say no, we're not going to create something like that for you because it is a tool that if that tool got out, it could ruin us and it ruin so many people. And I do like them being like, okay, we will send people to work with you and help you, we'll get this information out.
Send in John McAfee. He actually offered to like hack the phone for free. He was like, yeah, fuck it, I got this. Like 3 days.
John McAfee's also crazy.
I know. Yeah. But that's the point. Like, I got it, bro. How'd you hack it?
I broke it open. That's the insides.
Oh, you're insane.
Oh, God.
It's like the lady that they hired to redo the painting. The Jesus Christ painting. And then
it's a beautiful painting. What'd you do with it?
I forgot how to paint momentarily. It was like that shit in Mr. Bean.
Oh my god.
I don't know why. I can just imagine it being like the first original version of the painting, just having some sort of like eloquent sort of speech, but then the second was like, yeah, my name's Jesus. I come here, I got crucified, and they made a painting of me, and like she got shot.
Well, we know Jesus can get our ropes real easy. Back to Apple.
That's why I use a Nextel.
Like, get a Windows phone. No one's ever gonna get it.
No, they were gonna hack that shit. Like,
oh, they had a Windows phone. Okay.
Poor guy. I had to leave him alone.
Damn.
No, let's give him some money.
But just in general, like the whole thing, the whole situation, like if I was working with them, I'd figure out a way to like get into the phone. I wouldn't be like, oh, this is gonna be super issue. We're gonna have to create a whole OS, and I don't think they would have to.
No.
Like they created it, they know how to get through it, and they're just bullshitting.
It kind of like.
Plus, Tim Cook's an asshole.
Well, that's the thing. Like, it felt a lot more like a publicity stunt, and that's essentially what I was getting at. In how outspoken they were about it, and the fact that they're talking so much about it, it felt like a publicity stunt of them actively making a case for being like, no, we won't compromise security. And
no, I think they did that because
there
were people saying, why aren't you guys doing it?
We're Apple.
Mm-hmm. No,
got you.
No, I'm saying it was their response, kind of like how the Fine Bros were like, okay, fuck you guys. Look, go to our website and it tells you like why we fucked up. But no, it was like the same thing where people were saying, well, why aren't they doing it? Or they shouldn't do it. They're like, okay, here's our publicly noted thing, and our lawyer looked at it. This is what's up. We're just gonna leave it on our page.
It's just a matter of privacy. That's all it is. Like if you want them to snoop around your phone,
just don't buy an iPhone. Quit being a fucking idiot. All right, Android for life.
And also
John McAfee.
And also, if it shows up your next update and it says blah 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 blah, and you read the fine print so right there, allow us to use your phone for being hacked. You just hit yes if you want to. Just be like, all right, like, hello, yeah, I would like that update. Or hit no, I don't want that update. Simple.
You tell me to update Flash. All right,
cool.
John McAfee.
Can we
Is that
make
simple?
John McAfee like a fucking superhero that like fucks everything up?
He'll be like the Al Gore.
I got this, and he just breaks an iPhone. Thanks, John McAfee.
But then he actually accomplishes his mission.
It's like, at least I hacked that phone before I fucking break it.
I broke into it.
He's like,
at least I didn't break that phone.
God damn it,
That's not what we meant.
What was that? The character from South Park? It was like Captain, is it Hindsight?
Yeah.
It's essentially the same thing.
I feel like someone's gonna be angry about this thing in about 5 minutes.
Thank you, Captain Hindsight. You're welcome. Away. I just love to see that.
You know what that reminds me of?
Penis.
No, was it Blank Man?
Oh my god.
No, Handyman
Oh my god.
from In Living Color.
Who's the same person, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But Handyman from A Living Color.
You
was
don't
like-
need to fear. Handyman
Okay.
is he.
That was something that could only exist in the 90s, dude.
He was a disabled superhero, and the way he flew, he had his arms. Sorry, like I don't want to offend anyone, but he had like his arms all twisted, and he would go to a window and fall out the window, and he'd fly like handyman. Yeah, handyman.
Or like Freakazoid when he's trying to fly.
I fucking forgot about Freakazoid.
Yes.
We'll never forget. Hashtag never forget.
But and you know what's funny is like
Sorry,
that is something like we're done with Apple, fuck it.
Yeah,
but
fuck
that
it.
is
Alright, fuck
something-
Apple.
That is something that could only exist in the 90s because like nowadays we're like in an age of
Steven, we might get a
Sensitivity?
Grady reboot. All right, just
Huh?
say we might get a Grady reboot. So you just
Great reboot.
That's
of
fine.
Ant-Man.
it'll just be
that's
I was gonna say Tyrion Lannister.
That's fine. Don't worry about it. At least they know now. Droids. Droids.
Oh, look at that. That's right. We pay for our protection, bitches.
No, I didn't.
We don't.
Condoms.
Cyanogen.
I don't.
Yeah.
That's why mine's cracked.
It'd be a gritty reboot with Peter Dinklage as Handyman, even though he's not truly handicapped.
God.
He's just like, there's no need to fear. Handyman's here.
Handyman is here.
Away.
You're not even British.
Why does he have to do it in the accent though?
Because he actually talks.
Oh, that's fucking stupid.
Yeah, like he's not British, but that's just.
He's trying really
you
hard
just
though.
assume.
Oh god.
He's like the Madonna.
It's like Madonna, but we've accepted it a lot more because we like Peter Dinklage.
Yeah.
And plus, he's not showing his tits everywhere.
Handyman, away.
That looks like a.
But he couldn't reach out the window, so they have to do something else.
That's like
Give him a springboard, just
It's
fucking.
kind of like what they did with Superman back in like the 1940s or 50s. Like he would run to the window, and he'd jump on the thing, and then jump out. That's how he would fly.
I remember my guy used to do that at Adrian's.
Oh, yeah,
He would
jump in his
in and
window.
out of a window. I remember one time I showed up at their place and there was a couch on the outside of the window and there was a bed scooted over to the window. And I guess what they were doing is they were just jumping in and out of the window for some reason. I remember showing up like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Like, no, they were just jumping in and out of the window. I think you were there.
Probably.
Yeah, dude,
It was really
it's literally-
easy
it's
to jump in
literally-
there.
It's literally one of those times where you just show up and you're like, the fuck is going on?
It's really easy to jump in
Where are
through
the
that window.
parents?
Actually.
Yeah, it's like, where is adult supervision?
I don't know what's going on, but I like it. And
Well,
I
yeah.
respect it.
You know, it's one of those things where you think back, because recently I was talking about like stupid things you do either while you're drunk or while you're young. And one of the things I remember doing was
Go hand
like,
in hand, right?
we downloaded the Anarchist Cookbook. And it was in the middle of the night. And we're like, dude, you know, we should fucking download this and we should probably make
No,
something.
no, no,
out
no,
of
no. Let's not say what that is.
it. You know, and
Fuck, even I'm curious. I don't even know what the hell is
you
going
never
on.
We'll
heard of
tell
this?
you about
Never heard
it.
of the
Right.
Anarchist
In
Cookbook?
the early
Oh, wow,
ages of
okay.
the internet, this is something that was out and about. And
We'll tell you later.
I remember we downloaded this and it was like I gotta say what it is just because it's like don't download it is what I'm
Don't,
saying.
yeah,
Don't
And don't
do-
look it up.
Don't be an idiot.
Do any of this. You will
Don't-
lose a hand.
This is a story of this is a story of us
a
being
hand.
stupid.
You
and
go
in
to jail.
retrospect,
He
we
says
shouldn't have
us.
done
He
this.
means him.
You will go to jail
No,
if
it
you have
was
this shit.
no,
No,
If you do
no.
this
Out of
shit.
us, it was you.
Yeah, it was me.
Yeah, 'cause like, I've never heard of this.
So we downloaded it. We look at all these ingredients because basically the Anarchist Cookbook tells you like how to make pipe bombs and shit like that.
Oh Jesus!
And
Alright.
but it
Anarchy,
was a
man.
thing. It was a thing from way back when. And so we downloaded this and we're looking through it and we're like, what do we have around the house that we can make a pipe bomb out of? I guess. So we did.
And we were saying terrorist a lot. All right, come on, stop, Steven.
So we get all these ingredients.
I'm
me
not
too,
affiliated. Well, League of Gents is his.
I don't
name
know
now.
this. I don't know this
The
guy.
League of
By the
Ordinary
way.
Gentlemen do not reflect the personal views of the company.
No. All right.
So we put all these ingredients together. We
Disclaimer.
put it all in the backyard, and our buddy Patino, because he was like, "Fuck it, I'll light it up." So we didn't know if it was gonna explode or not. He's the one that was designated like the detonator, I guess. So he put all this shit like in a can in the backyard, and he lights it up with like a piece of paper and a lighter, and it goes down to like the ingredients, and nothing happens. We're like, "Oh, what the fuck?" Like, guys, I guess it just wasn't meant to be. We weren't supposed to explode anything today. We only tried that one night.
Good.
Fucking God,
You would have been
man.
losing limbs.
It was fucking stupid.
And possibly go to jail.
Possibly. You fucking would.
I don't know. The border's like right there. He could have made it.
Like, and this is going back to like us just doing stupid shit. It's because I had this conversation recently of like dumb shit you did when you were young. Remember when we threw a big fucking thing of tumbleweed into the fire? We used to have a lot of bonfires at a buddy's place, and one day there was just like a thing of tumbleweed for some reason.
It blew down the hill. It was in the house, bro.
Yeah, it was,
for about a
just
week.
there, and we're like, oh, we should put tumbleweed in the fire, see what happens. Well, it turns out tumbleweed lights up really quick
And
it
really
makes
big.
a big ass flame.
Yeah, it does.
It's essentially it's like a Christmas tree. So
It lights up in an instant, dude, and it goes everywhere, so you can't control it. And there was dry brush like in the backyard somewhere.
So Steven was responsible for the... Oh, fuck.
wait, what year is this?
But no, nothing caught fire. And then I remember one time for some reason we had a big thing of hay, like a hay bale, and we used to sit on it, and that was just our seat, you know. And one day we decided, we need more fuel for the fire. Let's take out chunks from the hay bale and just fucking throw it in the fire. So it turns out that hay causes a lot of smoke. Small amounts of hay will cause a ton of smoke.
You know what's funny? Okay, remember we're in San Diego. We're talking about tumbleweeds and hay bales.
And there ain't no farm nearby.
Ain't no farm nearby where we live.
Holy
So
shit.
where the hell are you getting tumbleweeds and hay bales?
I don't know. A friend of ours, Karina, was the one that gave us the hay bale. Where she got it, I don't fucking know.
The tumbleweeds though, they
She's like, wait, that's where that went?
Tumbleweeds do pop up once in a while though,
Yeah.
in the streets.
But when it does, it's always between two people having what they call a Mexican standoff. They looking at each other, and tumbleweed goes, and then as we take out your gun,
I know, right?
but it's always an automatic, I guess.
And your sombrero. And your sombrero. Don't forget the sombrero.
Yeah, put on sombrero.
Big floppy hat. Mexican standoffs. You gotta put the big
And then
floppy
if
hat
it's
on.
anything like Red Dead, you gotta go slow. You gotta aim at the kneecaps because it's funnier that way than one headshot. So you're like, ga 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 ga, poof, and then the guy's like,
As they're dropping, like...
All right, so we're at time. We hope you guys had fun listening to what we thought of a couple of topics, and also listening to some of the dumb shit we used to get up to when we were young.
Terrorist,
we
you.
used to get up.
You.
Okay,
Terrorist.
I was involved in the tumbleweed.
Yeah, you were there for. I think you were there for the hay bale too.
Yeah, every time we did it, yeah.
Yeah. So make better decisions. But if you take anything from this podcast, is that you should make better decisions than the one we've made.
And don't fucking look up the Anarchist Cookie.
Don't even say that. Like, and don't let Taylor Swift win again, you guys. She's done. She's dead. She's over. The life of Pablo.
And throw your iPhones away. You
And
fucking
throw your
bastard.
iPhones away. Throw your iPhones
Yes,
away.
in your face,
Please
bitch.
throw your iPhones away.
Throw
They
them
just
away.
announced the S7 and the fucking LG G5. They both look terrible. Get those.
Yeah, why not?
But your privacy will be safe. Unlike Christian's
Probably
arms.
Good night.
Good night.
That's a good way.